Chair. Tim Cheetham, Barnsley Central CLP. I left school in Barnsley 20 years ago into the devastation visited on our area by the destruction of our coal and steel industries. I was lucky. I was able to go into higher education. But many of my peers, many people who left school in Barnsley that year and for years afterwards, weren't so lucky. Not because they lacked education or desire or potential, but because they lacked financial support from their families. And we often forget how much investment a student's family has to make. Even our glorious leader knows just how expensive student accommodation can turn out to be. The experience in my area in the 80s leads me to one very simple conclusion. If we continue to shift the burden of education funding onto the student and their families, it will serve as a bar to higher education. And that will be particularly true in areas like mine. I remember Neil Kinnock standing at this conference podium, rejoicing that, thanks to Labour, he was the first in 1,000 generations to go to university. It now takes a generation to pay off a student's debt. And how many more generations are we going to force to ask, can I afford to go to university? How and when will I pay for it? Where will the money come from? And that's the key question. I understand that. But it's not a question I want the student to have to ask. It's a question I want us to ask in a proper, free and open debate. And the answer we reach in our collective wisdom, I hope, I believe, will be better than university top-up fees. I am committed to our 50% target of students into higher education. I think it would rank alongside any achievement in our movement's history. But would our Labour ancestors really think we'd achieved very much if that 50% was still principally determined by their economic background and not on their academic potential? Premium rate education has no place in any future which is truly fair for all.